talked about. Boostio's IGLing on this attack side is what they say threw them off the most. Here you see EG waiting out this early 0 point. Victor getting ready to throw it off any shred of noise.
Waiting for the right timing.
Okay, and now EG can start to move forwards. NRG are running a defensive pistol we've seen from so many teams, where you have the Jet take contact with the Sheriff, dash away, and it sets up Som in a bait corner. Almost everyone in the league has run this at some point.
Man. Yeah, this is copied straight from Loud Lev. Not sure who was doing it first, but smoke to the side there. Fragment nade. Push them back initially. First line of utility used. Even one. He does use the dash here. Doesn't get anything off of it. A lot of damage done as well from the prior utility, and instead it's a quick pivot. Now into mid. We've got to try and find an opening elsewhere.
Jorgamo doesn't have any smokes, so Boostio is a little dangerous here in mid. Oh, this is gonna give so much info.
Knife just about back online. 2 tags. Again, that poke and prod is 35 seconds left. Turrets dealt with.
Once again here, Jorgamo's just got a smoke online and used it for them to take tree control, and they got pushed away.
They're trying to fake like it could be towards B in this angle as well. They've now put the spike in the hands of Ethan. He's back rejoining them. It's trying to go for that A split. Sheriff! Artist rattling off the shots, but he was blinded up. Spike's dropped down though, 12 seconds left. You have to reclaim this comm. Does the job, does the best he possibly can here. Will they get the plant down? Yeah. Looks likely.
Spike planted.
That one doesn't quite land. Jorgamo now has a Sheriff picked up off Artist's body. And Finesse is going for the huge wraparound here. Yeah, it's going to take quite a bit of time, but it might catch Jorgamo unaware.
That's going to be online for Crashy soon enough. Oh, Jorgamo expected it, anticipated it. Trapped in wine, though. Backed away. Smoke to try and buy some space. Finesse lays claim to it. Reposition from Corm. That's spotted, and Finesse, the difference maker. 3 in it. That's going to be the pistol round for them.
It's a massive pistol round from Finesse there. He had 40 health. 1 shot from the Sheriff and he would have gone down. And yet still finds the time to land a body shot and a headshot onto Jorgamo. I feel like Finesse individually, I've talked to him about how stressed he is. We saw that in the interview yesterday. But on an individual level, it feels like he's getting pushed to the brink with his IGLing so much that often the mechanics and the decision making has suffered for it. So getting out to a good start, building that confidence, feeling good about yourself and confident about how you take fights, that's really important. Especially against a team that's going to challenge so much in the just gun duels.
Pushing them back all the way. NRG grouped up, looking to try and fight towards A main. Again, just Victor with the slightest of jiggles. The knife is broken. That was inside the smoke. Granted it to Jorgamo. They got to hear that TP now. Flash and dart up close, top to the cannon. Avoiding it, but he knows that someone's tucked deep. Jorgamo. Nothing else to follow up. Artist with the Marshall. This is NRG just looking to contain, make sure that nothing goes unnoticed. There's a lot of space in mid though, not too much watching that particular area here.
EG now for the 2nd round in a row, prod A main early and split off into an A split, putting cap pressure at about the minute mark.
It's Artist at this angle, just needs to land his shots here, purely the reaction time. Weaved it in between them actually, just alternating. Team 1's on it, still dealt with.
Didn't need the headshot, but got it anyway.
Yeah, picks him out. Now, he's trying to move the way onto the B side. Crashy's feeling it, tagged up. Classic doing a lot of work here, and they still all survive. Guns are handed over in exchange of the weaponry. Spike can start to get planted. Nothing to push that one away. Players are low, but still finding it through the wall. Not enough damage, not enough pen. Landing the shots. Oh, Boostio doesn't grab it, doesn't get it.
Caution. Here.
Artist is able to whip it around as well. Collect that kill. Now they don't have to worry about any sort of flank, and that could be the difference maker with how low these players are. Smoke is deep, cuts us away. Flash as well to push up. Everybody playing inside of the smokes, one after the other, holding close here, dealing with every single player. The right click of Jorgamo. Time through the box though. Surely that's enough. Jumping, skipping around. They just about grab it.
A bit dangerous though.
Yeah.
Those 2 players from NRG anchoring the site got overwhelmed there. Once more, it's a recon dart from Com that starts to set that up. Com's recon darts are unexpected. He has many different varied positions for them. You'll frequently see in Pro Valorant people pre-aiming common recon dart spots, and the dart gets so little value. I do not see that rarely with Com. He's got a lot of different places that he's sneaky with it. And it helps the rest of his team because you just get so much value out of killing people in unexpected spots. NRG are going to buy up into this. 3 players investing around those 2 weapons that were saved. So this is not a bonus. It's a full committal.
Your gun round.
Oh, that's cheeky.
That is cheeky.
Can't break that 0 point. I like it. And Victor's been delaying the one in A main.
It's brave to be peeking out with the stinger in your hands.
But look, he knows that EG are not playing early A main. He's seen that in the first 2 rounds, so Ardis has slipped into wine. And it's Victor's job just to fend off this catwalk pressure and hopefully drive them back into A.
Way is propped up there just off that contact. Ethan layering in the bullets, weaving in the shots. So far, standard stuff for EG. We've mentioned how slow they play these attacking rounds. They are just hunting for these kills, these openings. That's what Demon 1's job is, really.
EG were very good at these B-split situations and throwing fakes in their attack rounds against Loud. We've already seen how difficult it was for Crashies and Finesse to hold on at B, even when they had weapons and EG did not.
The push and pull, that's what matters here.
It's a bit of a fake, though.
30 seconds left.
Ethan applies pressure here. Instead, it's coming through Cat.
They did this last time, and it landed and ended in that A hit. Now the smoke just dropped down there towards Tree. No time with 18 seconds left. There's a paranoia for the paranoia, but no one can gain any ground all the way forward. Oh, a beautiful flash! Victor, it's a menace there, setting his team up for the slam dunk. And Ethan, he's left scrambling, scattered, hoping to save the rifle. The timing around is whittled down, but his position is known. It's going to be hard for him to evade all that attention now, all the way around the corner, but he does save the rifle. Still, it's NRG. We're in firm control here, and I think just that patience from them as well. Not willing to re-peek and force the issue by fighting into it. They know how slow EG are playing this.
And crucially, Brent, they're not using any utility in the mid-round, right? If EG aren't going to force it out of them, NRG are just going to save it. They still had paranoia, flashes, all sorts of stuff to work with there towards the end in order to stop that hit from coming through, and there's 20 seconds left. I do like the idea of EG running these slow rounds, having Ethan fake where you expect him to be with the pack. It's cool, it's very metagamey, but NRG have got the read currently.
Now knocked down to the weaker purchase. Demon 1 does have a rifle. Scramble that together. Oh, but Ardis pushed up deep into mid. Knife against Som, has to use that paranoia. Ardis is there and he wants a little bit more, doesn't he? Not afraid of taking the deep push. Now he knows that this hit from EG is coming through. Victor, wide, shots landing. Flash connects though, does get that 1 kill for him, but out in the open, Jorgamo. Not expecting there to be that re-push attempt so quickly from NRG. They've reacted very well to this one, but they've exchanged over the weaponry. T1 still with that rifle, and we know how dangerous he is, but he's dealt with. Ardis steps up to the challenge, steps up to the task. It's up to his team to put in the good work. 4 now. Straight rounds in a row for NRG. Yes, they lost 3 of their players, but they should still have money to buy into the next.
NRG now 3 for 3 on retakes, but they're not big 5v5 situations. They're making EG bleed for every inch as they head towards the sites. And then NRG have map control space, retaking from multiple fronts, often with player advantages, which is why these retakes have been working so well. All in all, looks like a great beginning to this half from NRG. Victor's flashes are finding massive amounts of value. And one thing, EG could just go for fast A pushes here. Normally you can't go fast A because Victor's going to 0 point early and stop you. But that's not happening. And yet the adaptation not quite come through. This
NRG!
What a tiles crunch!
Going for the tiles crunch as well, but they were stunted through main with the util. They even uses no command as well. It rips away the knives from Ardis, and he only gathers the 1 kill before eventually being stopped in his tracks. Slowing it down now. Did you make the call to at least temper it? But only for a moment now. Another repush by NRG. They're looking their way to the backside of mid. Com, he was open just on that angle, but now back to safety through main. His team being gifted the side. It should be theirs. Ooh, gets a bit scrappy. It's a bit dangerous there.
Looked like it should have been a lot of
Planted.
damage, but
Yeah.
in fact, Common Boostio get away with it.
Really wasn't, but all that space is immediately taken here through B main. I know that's not an area they have to watch for. Still, Boostio holding on to lane. Great first kill to claim. The rest of NRG a bit late to it. To try and offset that advantage just now being found, but they know that they're all corralled. Counter spam from Com. Into the angle, followed the traces, and it led him directly to Crashy's head. At the back of the site now, they're being squeezed from this direction. Finesse up onto lane. The last one left, last one standing, and EG scrapped together, pieced together that round when it looked like it could have been so damn dangerous at the beginning.
They handled this aggression, had everybody over by tiles. And really, it's that big ultimate. Ethan throws out his ult in that situation, and it takes the knives, takes the Bladestorm away from Ardis, takes all the sting out of the round. They're able to control it from that point onwards. I think increasing the tempo here is going to be good for EG. NRG are expecting their attacking side to be playing slowly.
Operator.
Take flight.
Ardis down mid, tagged up. Has to leave it, has to give up the space. Smokes the fake like he could be recrossing there into Pizza. Just backing away all the way to the top side of mid. In fact, no. Going over towards A, some sort of read. Ooh, damage, pushed up Victor, who's looking to try and capitalize off of that, but he's been cleared out with a util. It's a paranoia, that was his own team's. That was Soms to try and get him out of there, but the evacuation fails.
Ardis is everything in this spot. He's popped his dash and managed to dodge the flash too, turning 180. Demon One was playing a lot of attack-sided op in this kind of spot. Now he's got Bladestorm. Yeah, and he's managed to just make Ardis feel uncomfortable enough that he's pulled away.
And normally this would be Victor's job just to hold that tree control, but with him going down, it has left this big space that's open on the defensive side of NRG.
And Som should have a lot of trouble holding on to this. He has a judge, no paranoia.
Alone towards the back, and here's Com. Hunter's Fury to try and clear through into the side as well. Suppressed up. Judge in his face. Couldn't see anything, but it's just... Okay, spam from the Phantom. He understood that Som could have been creeping, lurking there towards in his own smoke to try and be that thorn in their sides. With the plant down, NRG have already made the call, already made the decision. They're going to save.
Very well called in these last couple of rounds. Evil Geniuses have become such a great team at slowing down the pace and finding the openings. In the game against Loud, they were finding the openings by Demon One getting that attack-sided operator and maneuvering him around the map in a slow fashion to generate early advantages.
Scanning ahead.
Bloody hell, Com.
Uh-oh.
He's out in the open. Yeah, okay, Crashies wasn't there to spam.
Gets away with it. Gets away with it.
It's just EG hoping to hunt for these guns, because it would be great to take away the operator. Attention draw, knives to the side.
One of the
No
things,
target.
though, one of the things that NRG are doing really well is setting up Ardis for the first kills. Their early round ideas of just slowing things down and I guess occasionally sending Ardis in on their tiles crunch, but overall they're getting a lot of value out of Ardis early. He's 7-4 currently. He's been getting the first kills. But the issue is EG are playing slowly enough that they're able to work the map still and find opportunities to land on the sites.
Hard earned with these rounds. The last two that EG have collected.
They've also used a lot of ults for them too, though.
Yeah,
The ult advantage is going to be with NRG here.
it has flipped. Finesse has got his lockdown. Victor with the no command as well. Great ultimates to either retake or punish any sort of hit, fast play that EG might attempt as well.
But only 3 weapons, and not really enough money to be able to force up around it in a great way.
So maybe that's what they're discussing right now is, what do we want to do with this? All the guns that we saved into the next. Do we force up into it? Do we try to make something of the round using the ultimates? It is quite pivotal, but enough money in the bank for EG that they're not really going to be too stressed if they do end up losing this round. One away from the lockdown of Boostio. Maybe the goal now, looking towards B main. See if he can farm up the orb. Get that ult online. Ardis looks like he's got a bit of a read on this as well, though. operator. His sight line locked down towards that B, just the main spot.
This looks like the Leviathan play where they're going to recon dart, flash over.
Flash over, EG doing really good job. I mean, nobody's getting caught out of position there.
But they're hoping that they react into Ardis. Remember last time when Ardis went down mid and they ended up reacting into B? That's what they're hoping is going to happen here. And instead, EG, they just hit the brakes. Nobody moves anywhere.
Yeah. No containment. Full containment. Absorbing utility. Common angle. Bullets rain through. Ardis is hoping for a chance to jump spot. Not able to break the nanoswarm in time. He's being chased with the bullets as well. He's going to have to reposition. And Demon 1 has lurked deep here. Player to his side. Does he expect it? Is there going to be that clearance? So slow. 50 seconds on the mark. I'm not really feeling that pressure.
It's not Ardis, though, that really has to be worried about this. It's Finesse. He was here early at the beginning with Victor. Victor moved away. Presumably, though I didn't catch it, the turret was on top of Switch.
With how slow this is going.
I mean, they've got to anticipate Finesse being deep on back site right now. Does Demon 1 even think to clear this?
Left.
He's been here for so long. He's just the lurker.
Yeah.
Everyone else on EG is heading towards A.
Grouped up into A, clearance into Y now, smoke in their face. Dart, the nade, everything, but you have to barrel through if you're EG, and the late lurk. It's been caught, it's been catched. Okay, EG, somehow they make it work. In the scramble that was that round.
10 seconds left.
The fight gets taken. It's Ethan who is the victor, but for how much longer? He's up against two. They are healthy. Has to play a close corner, hoping that they don't clear the side properly together. It's really going to be the sole chance he has. Split up Ardis onto the heaven spot. Drop down here. Mate, yeah, okay. The shot there to hide his footstep as he was dropping down to take that fight. Well understood.
NRG had 3 players on the A side to try and stop that hit from coming through. And Finesse was
Team
extraordinarily patient to deal with Demon 1. Remember, it was Finesse on Viper on the first map, who was also on Demon 1 watching duty. Up at 3 AM at the witching hour, looking out for the demons. Making sure that they can't get lurks on you. I mean, they have a very good understanding of how he wants to play on this map on the attack side. I would like to see them put an op in his hands. They've got the money for it, but they're not going for the strategy that worked incredibly well against Loud.
Still with a rifle. And he's really, I mean, slow crawl to the beginning of the rounds from EG. It's just not pulling enough utility out of NRG. They're not feeling pressured. I mean, when that hit was dropping down in that last round, down to like the final 30 seconds, they had a paranoia, they had a nade, they had a dart. Smokes as well to push them back.
This time, everybody on AG, apart from Jorgamo, is grouped up in mid. Ardis is on an extremely deep line with the AWP.
This is so risky. I mean, you don't know where a KJ player could be lurking on either side. There's lots of possibilities where Boostio could be playing this. Is he looking to re-clear it himself?
Boostio's a very confident player.
He's
He does
together.
have com with him, though.
It's
This
dark.
recon dart play could be so good.
Dark jump spot, though, it's too wide. Shot landed by Ardis. Collection there of the kill. AG might be left scrambling. It's up to Heroics, and it's not enough for any chance of just trying to get through that. Tree control for Victor, jump spot from Som. Sees the opposition, knows exactly where this one's landing in the slow beginnings to these rounds. Again, just to reiterate the same point I was bringing up. Not doing enough here to find those chances, the openings, and when it does get slowed down to the final few seconds, they're not even drawing out enough utility.
30
Yeah,
seconds
EG
left.
need a tempo shift here. The slow play may have worked against previous opponents when you're able to, you know, insta-kill somebody that goes for that info peak. But at the moment, you know, Crashies just drones Ardis onto a deep angle, and that's it. They have Ardis set up in a way that EG really struggled to punish. And like you said, Brent,
10
they still
seconds
had...
left.
They were in a 5v2 and they still had nade, they still have paranoia, they still have tons of utility that's going to be excellent at stopping hits from coming through. I'd like to see EG threaten some kind of fast A hit to drag out utility early. Threaten an A split. Giacomo gets away with his life there. It wouldn't have made too much difference anyway. The economy is still in an all-right spot for EG. They could have afforded to lose one more rifle, but not too much. Victor here chooses an off angle that's even more off than the usual off angle. And that nets him those two.
Yeah.
They're expecting him to be tucked into that corner, over towards tree perhaps.
Holding and taking the duel. And the confidence is there for Victor as a player. And Ardis on top of it has been set up consistently. I mean, I believe 4-0 so far in terms of the first kills on this map.
And this is why I was talking about in the previous round. Where's the attacking operator from Demon 1? He's been playing much more like a lurker at the moment. He's not going hard entry for them. We saw on one of those rounds he was actually in mid with the other 4 players hitting the A site. The attacking op was generating him so many early picks, and now they don't have the economy for it. They did in the prior round. They could have started a snowball, but they didn't opt for that for whatever reason. Maybe they're scared that NRG has an answer already cooked up. This has been a surprisingly quiet game from the star player.
It really has.
And I don't think all of it's because NRG are shutting him down. I think NRG are very aware of him playing that slow, lurky style. But if EG empowered Demon 1 to hit the sights a bit more, I think they'd still get a lot of value out of this young star.
Deep breath.
Looking towards round 9. Can EG put something else together? Any more rounds they could claim? Shock dart is going to be landing into the bottom section of mid. Ardis has already taken up that space. It's a flash. Dodge. Triple faced up. He's got his teammates as well. The hold is back, and Demon 1 just walks right into the angle. Anticipating it to be clear. And he's removed early in that jet head-to-head.
Really well done there by NRG, but again, they can commit 3 players to mid at the start there because they're not worried about any fast hits from EG. The pace is too readable, and it's giving NRG such freedom with what they can do on the defense.
Getting away with murder. Boostio now. Stalks his way forwards into spawn. Angle watch for double face. NRG make the call as well. Ethan was hoping for something. The jiggle spot.
Placing alarm bot.
It's crashes as well.
Alarm bot down.
Knows that Boostio was looked up deep. And look at this deep push from Ardis. I mean, he is all the way through B main. Boostio doesn't stand a chance.
Ardis has taken over this map. And the way that NRG are setting him up is just so chilled.
10 HP from Jorgamo, looking to do the most into this round.
30
lights up one of the
seconds
targets towards the back, a jump spot. No reveal though from Finesse. Holds a tucked position, he knows his teammates have got it. Full discipline, and they face it all together. 7-2 for NRG, they are looking in prime form. It's a team that has got just a complete read. I mean, I don't want to use the word passionate as well. It doesn't really feel like a fire's been lit underneath them after losing map 1. It just feels like they just have a cold confidence. It's calm almost, just the way they're playing this map. They don't feel pressured at any point.
Yeah. Cold steel. Ardis, though, he's going nuts on this map. I mean, it's Ardis' 6th first kill in 9 rounds. You just don't see that from Jet players, even Jet players on defensive Ascent. He's just being set up so frequently. And that also means, Bren, that the site anchors are not being tested early on in the round.
No.
Right? Because otherwise you'd be forced to take early fights as Som or Finesse, etc. Here's again another round where 20 seconds are burnt off the clock and Ardis can get into position.
That's there. Shock dart, pushing them back. Ardis crawls forward, still holds it. No punish.
7 first kills in 10 rounds.
He cannot be stopped. No command ripping through. That's Ethan letting loose still into the side here. Lane being held. The TP forward. Jorgamo is brought down. Another re-peek, another re-swing. It's all enough. So much firepower gliding through the air. It's so easy.
It's just way too good. The coordination between Crashies and Ardis is winning this game almost single-handedly. But also, Bren, Crashies should be forced to save recon darts in some of these spots because he should be worried about a fast hit coming out.
They're just not worried.
You know, there should be some pressure in the first 20 seconds and there just isn't. And this feels to me like the big read that Chet and Finesse have got on this map is that, yes, EG can be very dangerous on their attack side, but they just don't do enough in the first 20 seconds. They don't have enough fast hits in their range.
Talk about that lack of pressure and heat that NRG are feeling in this scenario. I mean, they've built up 5 ultimates. No need to even let loose a couple of them to salvage any rounds. Just been holding up and building up the bank. Sheriff's online. See if EG can let rip a couple of these hand cannons as well, maybe earn themselves a kill or two. But pretty typical beginning for them again. Maybe their hope is that NRG fall asleep at the wheel. Knife deep here. Demon 1 seeks to disrespect the dash. Forward to up close. There we go. A glimpse of something, some of that mechanical prowess that we've been talking about so often. Artist now expects it to be pushed up through heaven. He actually dodges the flash off of this one onto the high ground angle. Ethan, shots barreling down into him. Up this way. Oh boy!
What am I watching?
Absurd! And Ethan's done it for the team. He's picked up the operator. Lockdown now earned. They place it down.
What a round to turn things on their heads completely. Can Crashies even evade this? He's pretty far away. Nope.
No.
He's going to tuck. Finesse with the lockdown of his own, and the players are weak. Ethan, Jorgamo, Con got fractions of their health between them. Could this still be winnable? It's difficult. Very difficult.
They seek to use it, got to take care of the turret. Smoke. Oh, revealed! Finesse, okay.
There's no time to use the lockdown anymore, Brent.
Yeah, there really isn't. You can't use the ultimate for this one. Just got to try and contact in, and Ethan's holding the angle there. Crouched up. Two players now seeking him. No more time to make the most of the round here. So a thrifty round is what EG claim. They get it. One last round as well to get them over that hurdle. One last chance in the first half here of Ascent.
And 4 rounds would normally be very good. If they could get up to an 8-4 half, usually we'd be talking about this is still really doable for EG. The only reason we have higher expectations is because we saw them have so much success in the game against Loud on their attack side. What a round from Ethan.
Yeah.
But also the very first time that we've seen Demon 1 get a first kill in this map. How are we in that situation? He's 4 and 10 currently.
Surely at this point,
Standing ahead.
you got to increase the tempo. Play towards it. Dart deep as well. The idea was to spam a very wide jump spot by Ethan. Doesn't receive any damage. Still the jiggle. Artist so deep into mid. The dash though to get himself out of there. Final round. Might as well use the knives and updraft just in case there was that re-clearance and re-push from EG deep down the top side of mid.
And NRG have actually used quite a bit of utility at the start of this round. They've used the drone early, trying to set up Artist for one of those extra first kills that have just been flowing for him so far on this map. But they haven't found anything, so it's a 5v5 at the minute mark. And this might favor EG. They've got a bit of B-main control. They can go into a Hunter's Fury exec here.
Yeah.
Victor could shut it down, though, by popping his own ult.
Knife there. Dart as well, and a flash.
Is Com
So
far enough
company
back?
here. Is he far enough back? Well,
Yep.
Hunter's Fury, there it is. It's unleashed. Let rip. But no one clears logs. And no one clears Finesse. Tugged into the corner. Making a mockery of the game state with that. Felt like a bit of run and gun with the Phantom.
30
Yet
seconds left.
this might just be it. 9-3. Spikes drop down into the choke. 24 seconds left. It's up to Jorgamo. Take some risks, take some fights. TP across. Scrappy, it's chaotic. It's him and Com versus the world. And time is just fully against them. Triple stacked up onto lane. No crumbs. That's 4 kills for Finesse. 9-3 in this half.
Switching sides.
Finesse starts the half the same way that he opened it, with a multi-frag, where he looks very talented, very comfortable. But it's Artist and Crashies to me that have really made this half work. And the read too. I mean, seriously, I talked about it so much, but this read on how EG are playing and the freedom they have in the first 20 to 40 seconds has just utterly dismantled EG's attack side.
I mean, it's paved the way for surely a map win here on Ascent. Now, earlier we spoke with Crashies about why this tournament is so important for the old Optic core. Let's take a listen.
This is important to me just because I think for the core of me, Victor, and FNS, it's super important to show that, you know, even with different teammates this year, we still have the capability to go to these events and maybe win them. And then for me personally, I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And yeah, I mean, we're just doing amazing things right now, so we just have to keep doing it.
I mean, that's quite understandable as well, you know. It's this NRG core that are seeking to still lay claim to those grand finals appearances to showcase the world. Listen, we've still got what it takes. They were building a dynasty over last year, making a lot of appearances, deep runs into those tournaments. Now they've got to do it again with a bit of a shake-up at the beginning of the year with their roster.
And again, remember that old Optic core, the most winning core of pre-partnership, never won a regional title within North America.
Yeah.
Those went to Sentinels, the Guard, Exet, not to Optic, not to NRG. And so that is still something that they are hunting for. They've had bigger trophies, of course. They've been to Masters, they've won those events, they've been into the finals of, you know, big tournaments, champions itself. But they've never been crowned in America.
If they seek to do it now, it's only gotten harder, hasn't it?
It definitely has. I mean, Loud is now waiting for them.
The combination of all the regions, it is Loud is waiting for them. Listen, no strangers to that rivalry. They'd love to play against them again.
But already, this match not going how I'm sure both teams are expecting. Rematches tend to favor the team that went down the previous time. I feel like EG had a great idea of what they wanted to do on Haven, and NRG have clearly learned from what EG have been showcasing recently on this map.
We're seeing it here. The map picks as well for either team.
Yep, flipped on their heads.
Opposite directions, assuming NRG can close this one out. Okay, here's some speed, Ethan. He's there. Flash to repeat, just a break in. Well, Artis was waiting.
What a read. I mean, just tucking himself into the corner there, gets one, dashes away.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll have the Killjoy play in that position, but they don't have a dash to be able to get one and get out. That's his 8th first kill in 13 rounds.
He's dominant.
He's controlling the game.
Taking over. Set themselves up now in a 5v4. Should be an easy hit here. Boostio. He's the only one left here. He's got a Sheriff in his hands. No util. What more can he do? Well, it turns out quite a bit. Great reaction times. Landing onto the heads. Victor left to scramble here on 45 health, but enough damage was done that Boostio will fall easily enough. And that deep lurk, Som. Clearance now onto Com. Takes him out. Free side for them. Getting that plant down, but it's still a 2-on-2, and damage has been done to Victor that could be taken out just by the stray shot. B main control. So important. Team 1 still with the dash. Som, his job here is to pick the right timing. Make sure that you fight just at the correct moment. Pushed up onto lane, it's Victor alone. Reswing. There was an attempt from it. The dash is there, but Demon 1 does not strike. Does not get the kills. Instead, it's all Victor. Good job from NRG to salvage that when it was going so wrong.
But this now puts NRG into such a fantastic position. I mean, a 9-3 half is salvageable, right? We talk all the time about how defense-sided this map can be. But when you're looking at an 11-3 potential scoreline, unless EG decide to force, then it becomes extraordinarily rough. These big comebacks are normally powered by an early pistol round, maybe a bonus as well, that gets you onto a hot start and draws things level early. NRG, though, might be cautious of some kind of force here, just because of the enormous round deficit, although they are barreling their way into A main early on.
They do not care. Dart even spotting up onto 2 of the players. Maybe they now slow it down, anticipating that it could have been a stack. Artis, of course, doesn't want to give away the rifle, but it looks like they're still leaning into this one. If the knife only tags onto 1, maybe they go off of this drone as well. Forces out the nade. Not too much util in the hands of them. Now you see it, the dash being used, pushing forwards. Cross over the top, out in the open. They don't have the damage, they don't have the guns. Artis stays alive, grounded towards the back of the site. That is picked there at the targets. Boostio's left last, but this will be 11 rounds now for NRG gained. Showing no signs of slowing down.
We've had conversations, EG have had conversations internally, many of them Ethan was saying, about stamina. And we expected maps like this maybe to rear their head towards the end of the map pool, with this being a BO5. Nice try from Boostio, but too many opponents going up against. I don't think this is necessarily stamina, though. We've seen sometimes in map 3s, EG when they played against Loud, both in the regular season and just yesterday, their final map, the map 3, they just got rolled. I mean, 13-0, 13-4, was it yesterday on Bind or something?
13-3, I think.
13-3. So, absolutely just falling flat. But we've never seen them in a spot like this that I can remember, where it's in the middle of a series that they get battered, and they have to pick themselves back up for the next. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of writing them off on Ascent and wondering, how are they going to be on Lotus? What's their mentality going to be like?
It's a great question. EG haven't shown Lotus really at all. Times they have shown it. I mean, it's been 1 smokes being ran. The meta really is settling at this point onto the double controller.
Right.
So it feels like almost they're a bit out of touch in terms of what to run on that map. It is NRG's map pick for a reason coming up after this. So you have to wonder. This is new territory for a team like EG in these best of fives. Oh, there's an attempt. It was Yuto to try and set up the swing there from Boostia, but he doesn't quite look ready for it. Taking a boatload of damage, dropped down to 57 health. NRG now working their way over towards A. Pushing Som into a 4 position. Looks like they want to set up for potentially an A split.
Shutting them down.
Victor's going to throw a lineup, make it feel like it's a B split happening, and instead maybe working their way into A. I'm not sure. The devious mind of Finesse is difficult to crack in these kind of moments.
Yeah,
fakes on fakes occurring.
Yeah.
But Victor's ult, I think it's a great time to invest it here on the bonus.
Team of 1 has to try and put a stop to this one. A bit of spam, the ult pushing through. Jorgamo close to the corner, hiding behind his own smoke. It is being spammed up. Drafto reveals his position, and Artist, he takes the kill. From the high ground angle, it's stopped in its tracks. Som just watching for it. It's like an aim labs routine for this guy. And there's that 12. One more round for making it even here in our lower bracket finals. 1-1 in the map score.
What a shift in momentum as well, Bren. The Des was talking about the idea that with Haven being 1 to start for EG, they were expecting this to be a 2-0. I mean, I think everyone was expecting Ascent to be an EG win. You can't write this NRG team off, though. They're so good at recovering instantly on maps that look weak for them. But what a momentum shift. If EG were expecting to go 2-0 up and feeling great about it, to now looking like they might be 1-2 down if you're looking ahead.
It could just be over in a blink of an eye. Clearance now. No cheeky positions being played by the defense side. Now a deep push out of B main. It's that 1-4 split. NRG seek to try and put an end to this one right away. Dash over the top of the nade. Paranoia into the back of it through Jenny. Ethan's close in. The smoke needs to be dealt with. Demon 1. He's got his teammates back. Pushing through. He's dealt with Artist, and the spike is in the middle of nowhere. NRG left second guessing themselves maybe for rushing into this one with his deep push from Com onto the flank. Does he get any sort of value? Well, Finesse, he seemed aware of it, but his Common wins the fight. Darts on darts, revealing everybody. 2 players to stand against the 5 of EG. Crashy's jump spot, he's low, he's weak. He knows he's being surrounded. 35 left. EG have no intention
30 seconds left.
of letting this round slip away from them. You can see the way they're playing this when they're triple grouped up. Ethan holds close, he's the lowest player, but there's 2 more to receive. Staying alive.
And EG managed to get that round by having Ethan playing with a judge inside the smoke, throwing something different in there. Take a look at the replay. Ethan's just running in to take out Victor early.
Given how one-sided this game is as well.
Perfect.
Might have evaded your notice, but I mean, Artist is quietly having one of the best maps of his career. Setting themselves up, what is it, 17 rounds being played. I think he's 9-0 in terms of the first kills.
So half of his kills have been first kills in the round.
Yeah, it's just ludicrous. Just ludicrous from him. Steps up to the challenge. All the talk about Demon 1. Making it feel almost personal, but
Shouldn't have talked about it, Brett.
yeah, absolutely cursed him, didn't I? He's hunting for it. That 1 kill, Demon 1's still there. Layers on layers! Spam down!
Spike down,
Not enough to
B.
reset to get the 3rd. Finesse puts a stop to it, but now just, again, 2 players left standing here for NRG. A minute 10 in the round. Ample opportunity to take a bit of a breather here. There's a 2v3, and it is always winnable.
This is where Crashies and Finesse might be able to pull off something beautiful, but they're going to clash against Ethan and Jorgamo here. Both trying to re-clear.
Trying to re-clear. Fight 1 for Jorgamo, though. Takes out the opposition. So they granted 1 more chance as well to extend this play, but
Standing ahead.
it's going to take many, many more for any shot of this map. At this point, building confidence as they look into that next one.
Enemy remaining.
Just seems so unlikely when NRG just have to get 1.
We've seen some extremely unlikely comebacks from situations similar to this in the past. but they don't happen often. They are surprising, incredible for that very virtue of being uncommon.
Flash dart spam. Demon 1 on the angle to look down mid. A lot of util used by EG. Is the call being made to react into this? It looks likely. All the way forwards. Demon 1 is caught in the trap of finesse that set this one up. Already barreling their way into the site, but all the positions there, just again, with the guns, the phantoms.
Spike planted.
Bullets raining down, ping towards logs. They feel like this is a reposition. EG need to get a hold onto this one. It's up to Som. Can he land this kill? Not quite. What a gun that he had in his hand. It's Jorgamo. Feats his opposite.
Standing ahead.
Dart from Crashies, lighting up the one. Have to try and make a play now towards them. Paranoia, clearing them out. Easily done.
So EG clean up that NRG Thrifty, despite the fact that Demon 1 went down early. Starting to build something here. And I think, I'm right there with you, Bren. I think it's more to do with not coming away from this map feeling like you had no chance, that you were just getting destroyed. That your shots weren't hitting, that they were outplaying you completely. You come away from it on a bit more of a measured, all right, okay, we lost, but I'm still feeling all right heading into Lotus.
Yeah.
A timeout for NRG, though, here. They've had 14 first kills and converted those into 12 one rounds. So they've been extremely good at taking first kills and turning them into round wins right now. However,
Nuts. I mean,
however, they just lost that one. That was a Thrifty, though. So I think what you're looking for here is the early round is going to decide so much. EG have got massive ultimates to turn around these kind of disadvantaged situations, but so far, it's just been, if Artist can get the first kill for them, most of the time they're converting that round.
last time out for NRG. Get it over the hurdle. I know there's danger in this, but also, I mean, the veteran core of NRG have been in scenarios like this. You're not going to let slip scenarios, are you? Surely, in maps like this, they've got so much to draw from. Being in positions like this. Benefit to EG, though. They do have tons of ultimates, as we were describing, that they could use to at least get another one going, maybe break the economy once more.
Yeah, I think, actually, if you're NRG, you're looking to burn a lot of these ults out and maybe win a score like 13-8.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a bit
Thinking
daft,
more long-term. Yeah.
but setting up for a very aggressive idea here to get into a retake, so EG are forced to retake with Hunter's Fury lockdown. I think it's a great idea. Who knows, you might win anyway.
Yeah, straight up hit towards B. That's what they're setting up for. Some might also look to teleport into the back of the site. Paranoia, exchange on either side actually. Clears it all the way through. There's a knife and a dart through the back. Now a Hunter's Fury. Con using the ult, offloading it. So many targets to choose and pick from, but only one was revealed to him. And he thought that they were already scurrying over towards tiles. Ethan picks up the spot, picks up the space, reload, he hears it, granted the kill, flash through the smoke, trying to get back out of there.
Full blinds the rest of NRG as well, as they scatter a little. Finesse has got his lockdown online. Crashy's still 2 away from that Hunter's Fury. NRG are going to go for a full pivot, try and tackle the other side. It is very difficult to go for a full A main hit without your jet, though. So I would expect NRG to want to take some mid presence. It's not the case.
No.
All
NRG
4 head into gelato.
all the way through into main. At any point, this area could have been compromised by EG with a deep push.
You almost need to contact this, I feel, into the site and all just be holding angles for each other. You don't really have a way of bursting out. But that is going to be very difficult to contact in against Demon 1's op.
You should run.
It's pinged out, so they know he was
30
holding that
seconds left.
particular spot.
They're going to use the lockdown.
It's committed. And all for it. Deep smoke off to the side. Is the goal to TP in? It is. Cuts up the angle. Demon 1 forced now to hold it away from the choke. He missed it. He didn't see him. Som's there. Player detained in the back. Com
Spike
takes
down
back up that
A.
space again. Time running short. It's 11 seconds. A spike is dropped in the middle of nowhere. They have to grab it. Space being bought there. Hitting it. Reload. Backing away. It will be that plant. An extension for them. Lockdown. Planted down. Boostio pushing them back. It's do or die. Have to stop with this. NRG one away, of course, and Victor wants to go down. They're both going to get detained in this. All of them going to get detained. Trying to take the fight. 3 players fall. Com, take your pick. Take your time, son. They all crumble.
What is going on in this map? What is going on here? That went about as well as it could for NRG. And they still, all three got mowed down while being detained.
Hoping that all 4 of them were going to be coming through.
I mean, that is an incredible gamble. And they knew the lockdown was there. They knew that that was going to be a factor on the retake. Okay, but they've bled a couple of big ultimates out from EG. They have, however, allowed Com to farm up almost another Hunter's Fury, which he used at the beginning of the round. I'm kind of befuddled as to why Finesse decided to invest so heavy into that, but okay. For whatever reason, we find ourselves here. 2 Guardians in the buy, one a glass cannon from Som.
Yeah, this is...
But this is just a half. No, it isn't actually. A couple of them... 2 of their players have invested. 3 of their players have invested.
I mean, this is
while
really
2
odd.
half buy. It's very weird.
The money is all over the place now for NRG, and maybe that semblance of confidence that I was reading into, you know, that collected demeanor that they were carrying is starting to fade away. I believe in the prior round as well, Josh. They ended up using it.
Here.
Oh, here we go. Enough about the prior round. Let's talk about it here and now. Team of 1 wanted to take the shot. There was a flash and a repeat. Revealed. Spammed. Odin as well to support. Team of 1. Keen to take another fight. Keen to get a third. Pound for pound reaching. The players do fall and topple. Again, it's NRG with only 2 alive.
Can they make anything out of this? They were in a player disadvantage situation in round 19 and decided to throw everything in to win.
Yep. Boosty, I mean, he was watching the top side of mid. Now expects them to be lurking because no noise has been made. It's contact. He's holding for it. So they drop into the side, spots one of the bodies, gives that time in to come, and yeah, the crossfire. It's online, 12 to 8. Have NRG, have they lost enough rounds here with a loser's bonus where they can buy for next, or have they absolutely bogged themselves to the economy?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it looked like they might be able to buy for next.
It's a half buy. They have to half buy.
I don't understand that. I don't get what NRG is doing. I think they were so flustered coming out of round 19. And just a small correction on what we were doing when we were commentating round 19. We were confused what they were doing in terms of the lockdown. Been told that they used a KO Molly double shock dart that didn't break Boostio's lockdown.
Yeah, and you have to be precise with that util now to try and break it, so
that seems to have just caused panic in the NRG camp. Like, just comms going all over the place, and they messed up their buy for round 20. This is how leads like this slip away.
Artist, though, he's got to put an end to it. He's got to put a stop to it. This way, that way, into the smoke, clearing forwards, inside of it, Team of 1, onto the heaven angle.
Oh, what does it all matter anyway?
What does it all matter? Com. Across heaven.
Player standing.
Snaps to Ardis, but he's going to be returned with the fire. The trade was there from Som, left up to Ethan. Has the ult, does not want to let it rip. They don't know he's here yet, but it's a TP all the way back, giving that information. Castle, triple face, there we go. The map is finalized, it's shut down, and we're going to see it 1-1.
A little shaky there towards the end for NRG. A couple of big rounds going a bit wonky, but it was too large of a lead. They were up enormously with many opportunities to close.